Hello, welcome to this new episode of the Barrel NewsCast for November 5th, 2016.
Today on the newscast, we talk about CD Projekt getting taken over.
Also, Bethesda doesn't want early review copies being sent out anymore.
Blizzard co-founder returns to the company after a long time.
And that's about it. So, go. The microphone is on.
Hello, everybody.
It's another exciting episode of the Barrel Newscast for this week.
Yes, November 5th, as you so kindly said
It is
before
November
the
5th.
intro.
Let's get into it, shall we, then?
Sure, so I read this one this morning. I don't know, I was up at 3 a.m. today, so timelines are a little fishy, but there's talk of a hostile takeover of CD Projekt.
So if you're not aware, CD Projekt Red are the people who make the wonderful, wonderful Witcher 3, as well as the DLC and everything that goes along with it.
Yeah.
Excellent game, reviewed very, very well. It came out last year. 9s and 10s all around the board.
I'm still not done.
Exactly. I bought it and I'm still not done.
They still have Gwent.
I think it's an open beta right now.
Beta?
I think it's an open beta right now. Gwent is their little card game, that side game, mini game in Witcher 3. So they decided to make it into a full-blown
card game.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be a free to play. Let's be honest, it's probably gonna try and compete with Hearthstone. So,
if anything's going to, though, like, people got obsessed with Gwent.
Yeah, people started making their own cards.
I barely played it on the game.
I got into the game, and it's like, would you like to play Gwent? And I'm like,
yes, no. I guess.
And
I don't know.
I'm like, Final Fantasy VIII had a card game in it.
The card game in that one was real dismal, though.
It was, but at the same time, when I was a kid, that one I'm like, sure, a trading card game inside a game, a game in a game,
game inside a game,
like totally. So every time there's a card game, I'm like, yeah, Gwent was intense though.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, if
like,
you bought
if
you bought the special editions of it, I think in Europe it came with actual physical Gwent cards.
Oh, that's cool.
I mean, and if you found someone else with it, you could technically play it. Although it would be incredibly difficult the way that it handles some of the game mechanics.
Yeah, but so Gwent
is coming out. They also have that other
cyber future punk.
They haven't
game.
really talked about it. So
no, but it's
coming.
If they do The Witcher, but in the year 2500.
Yeah.
Like everything's cyber and done up.
2580.
That'd be cool. Because
Like,
and they're good at story writing, so...
Oh, yeah.
Regardless of what the world is, it's
they
going to
would
be good.
craft a
In
really,
my mind,
really
it's Deus Ex meets Witcher, and I'm sold.
And on top of that, the tech behind their engine...
It's
holy
beautiful.
Holy cow.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they make a beautiful game.
Well, and that's my thing about
Even on the
them, too,
PS4
is...
and Xbox One.
Like, I can throw it on my computer, and I can send it down to, like, low graphics.
And it still looks good.
And it still looks amazing.
Yeah.
But they're one of those companies that still, for PC people, lets you crank everything.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, hey, we know some of you have spent, $5,000 on your machine or $10,000 on your machine. We're gonna let you play it.
We're gonna blow your eyes out.
Like, yeah, and we're gonna let you actually like crank up whatever we can. Not like half these games where they come out and they're like,
they've got 3 settings.
Yeah, they've got
Low,
3
medium,
settings,
high.
and they're like, why is my frame rate capped at 30 frames per second? Like, I have enough juice to go 60.
Like, I should not have to like mod the executable to be like lower or raise frame rate to 60. I should not have to do that. It should
Find
be
a mod
in
for
the
those settings.
And that's where CD Projekt is awesome. But either way, this story about this hostile takeover is, it looks like EA is looking to take over CD Projekt.
I'm torn about EA.
It makes Gwent already grownable, because it's like EA is going to
I feel like if
whore the crap of their cards. Sorry, I keep interrupting.
But but the thing is, if EA does pick up Gwent through picking up CD Projekt Red, they would have a lot of resources to make Gwent actually successful and competitive against.
Now it's only available on Origin.
So same thing with Hearthstone. It's only available on.
Here's my thing with the Blizzard launcher, is that evolved out of the World of Warcraft launcher. Yeah. So to me, when they were like, here's the rest of our games, I'm like, whatever, it's Blizzard.
Mm-hmm.
It's Blizzard. To me, that wasn't as big a thing. EA with Origin, it's like,
But I think Gwent's coming to like everything.
Not if EA gets their hands on it.
Yeah.
I think they.
Well, and it'll still come to PS4, Xbox One.
I think it'll come to mobile too. I'm pretty sure. Yeah,
but if it gets to the PC, it's only going to be on Origin.
Oh yeah.
And there are people who refuse to get Origin on their computers.
Yeah,
I'm not one of those people because there's some games on Origin that I want to play.
The Sims.
But I have The Sims and Battlefield 4.
And eventually Battlefield 1 maybe.
I think it's on there because of Sims and that's it.
Yeah.
And it would be if I got Battlefield 1. That would be.
Yeah.
I think the reason why I got Origin was to play Mass Effect 3.
Oh yeah, on the PC.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, EA, like, since they've taken over a lot of things, we've gotten some lackluster games, but we still have gotten some okay games. And that's where people are kind of like hemming and hawing over this is, we did get a really bad Dragon Age game out of EA, which was the second one.
And how much do
we got
blame
Inquisition.
Oh yeah. Like they stepped up for the next one. Yeah.
2 is...
So is this just a matter of EA starting to buy companies, letting them do their own, like pulling the Disney effect, buy them?
But you know what? This is just a rumor right now too. Like we'll see.
And yeah, it's still a rumor.
It could not happen. Although I'd believe it if it did happen.
Yeah.
Because CD Projekt Red is pretty small.
And I also wish it wasn't so aggressive. Like.
Yeah.
I wish it was like, hey CD, you want to join us?
Yeah. If they
we're buying your stocks whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see how this whole thing pans out. I mean,
in the long run, yep.
Honestly, if there's any other developer that CD Projekt Red would partner with, I could see it being EA. Honestly, I don't see them being with Ubisoft. I don't see them being with Activision.
Maybe Konami.
Yeah, they'll just make the Witcher Plinko
machines.
I'd play it.
That'd be cool.
I still want to play the Metal Gear one.
All your money.
Yeah.
But either way, on that note, too, EA's also being dickheads in a different way.
Yes,
social media going after Infinite Warfare.
Yep.
And which means that the lovely people, who make Titanfall, Respawn, are actually distancing themselves and using their own social media to be like, hey, Infinite Warfare, like, good job on your game.
Yeah.
Like, kudos. We both made good games.
Yeah.
Whether you believe that or not.
Yeah, you gotta... Yeah, I mean... I think the Respawn guys have to have a little bit of integrity because half the team still exists from Infinity Ward over there, right? So it's like them being like, "Hey, no, we still like you guys. We have to leave and do Respawn, but whatever."
And that's my thing. Like, I honestly believe the console wars died with the Super Nintendo and the Sega Genesis. Like when it came to that kind, I don't know why you have to fight. That doesn't help you sell games.
No,
you sitting there trashing another game, and another game company is like.
Let your fans do it, but don't do it as the company.
Right. Yeah, that's like giving yourself a high five or liking your own Facebook page.
That was Mighty No. 9, even in their advertising, was something along like they've tried to go old school with their advertising, and it was like, do you want to be one of those anime geeks going to prom by yourself? Yeah. Like they.
Oh yeah.
It was their fan base that they're making fun of, and you're going. You're doing this wrong.
And then they release a subpar game that
I'm so glad I backed out of that Kickstarter.
Can you take your money back out of it? Good.
Until Mighty No. 9. So the guy who made Mega Man,
the Inafune guy.
Yeah, he was making his own game. Well, it made so much money. I'm like, they don't need my $20, and I'll wait and get it on the Wii U.
Oh yeah.
Instead of on my PC.
And then ended up being the worst performing one.
Well, so I'm sitting there and I took my money out, and then all of a sudden, nothing that they advertised on Kickstarter actually came about.
Oh,
that's the problem with a lot of Kickstarters is when...
And I'm okay with that, but when you get that much money...
Yeah, you should not
your game
mess
is
that up.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at... This is the classic, the Broken Age game. The Double Fine one to Kickstarter that started the entire
Kickstarter thing,
stuff. That raised quite a bit of money. And it did take a little bit of time to come out. But it actually came out being a really good game.
Well, because they made a butt ton of money, so
they made a butt ton of money.
Oh, we can do way more than we thought we could do.
And on top of that, they were pretty transparent in their development process.
Yeah.
They were like, "We're gonna run out of money here soon," and they told the Kickstarters that they're like, "This might happen. We're gonna have to reopen pre-orders or something like that so we can get a little bit more money." And they're like, you guys are still getting the game.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a little bit delayed. This is sort of our budget, how we're working with the Mighty No. 9 one. They were never really quite clear on that kind of stuff.
Well, no, because the biggest thing that happened after that was he left Capcom because they pretty much wouldn't let him do Mega Man anymore.
Right.
Mighty Number 9 made a lot of money. Capcom went to him and goes, well, come on back. We'll produce your game. And he went.
Yeah.
And you go, you were going solo, which is why we all gave you money.
And then
it's like selling
and then he
out.
went back to the company that completely, and it like essentially killed his child.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because they haven't done anything with Mega Man in, like Nintendo has done more with Mega Man in the last.
Smash Brothers.
Yeah, like
Oh,
putting him in Smash Bros was huge.
What's the best thing they could have done with that character?
Either way.
Yes.
EA
being
kind of dick butts.
We'll see what comes out of it.
Yeah.
Our next story, Bethesda. This came out, I don't know if it was last week or early this week. They are no longer sending out review copies or advanced copies to websites like, IGN, GameSpot, those other websites. They're not going to be sending them advanced
Those
copies.
lesser websites.
We're not going to veer attention to them. We have to name drop them a little bit.
Yeah, we do.
Only for one time. But Bethesda is no longer sending out review copies for the games, meaning if you want a pretty well-written review on any of their games, you're going to have to wait like a week, maybe even 2. Because if you see any Bethesda reviews that pop up like the day of or the second day of, it means someone rushed through the 50-hour campaign, 60-hour campaign, and then took 20 minutes to write a review. In my mind. And I see what Bethesda is wanting to do. Like, their games are never quite good. Day one.
Right off the bat.
Day one. That's
the bugs are the charm, though. Dragons flying backwards is why you bought a Bethesda game.
Well,
faces that just kind of distort funny.
And
right?
here's
gravity,
my other thing.
Or no gravity.
When we were setting up, Graham was even talking about this. When you buy a Bethesda game, you know what you're getting.
It's either Fallout or Elder Scrolls.
Which are the same game. Like, let's face it.
But this also extends to other games now, too. Like Doom.
And so...
Doom.
See, that was
another thing, because Doom was the first game that this policy went around. Because everyone's like, we haven't gotten our review copies for Doom yet. Is this going to be a bad game? Because the beta did not do very well.
Yeah.
The multiplayer sucks.
It still kind of is
Bethesda making
but like that was sort of their thought process, or reviewers' thought process was like, Doom, is this going to be a good game? And then came out and it was like, this is awesome. This game's fantastic. Why did you not send us a review copy of this game? We could have had day one reviews for you.
And so that's where my thing comes in now is, like, if they release an Elder Scrolls game, people are going to buy it. If they release a Fallout game, people are going to buy it. It's those new experimental things where if they come up with a new IP, I think will hurt them.
That's where it'll hurt.
And it'll hurt them by a week.
I think their concern lies a little bit more in the fact that everyone's wanting to stream games now.
Yeah.
And things with like Skyrim and Fallout, where there's a lot of story content that they want to protect that from people before the game actually comes out. Yeah. Now, if they work with partners like Twitch is more than glad to pull down streams for video games that aren't yet released. Yeah. So they're pretty good with that. I know they were pulling down a lot of Metal Gear ones.
Yeah, but still, there's places on the internet.
Yeah, there's others like Hitbox. You've got other YouTube's kind of, they don't know what they want to do with their streaming service yet. But yeah, like I can see why Bethesda wants that. To protect the story, to protect sort of the surprise and the appeal of the game for individuals who want to buy it day one and experience that firsthand, rather than watching someone stream it. Or just put videos up on YouTube. Or
just pull what they did with Super Smash Bros. And take all the story out. Because that's what the Wii U version did. There was that Subspace Emissary in the Wii version, which was amazing because it actually built in like why all these people were fighting together in these cool cinematics. Well, they released a bunch of cinematics, and everybody's like, man, the ones in the game are going to be so insane. And they're like, there's not any in the game because you guys spoiled it all the last time. You don't get any this time.
Yeah. So,
and it's like...
let's play a Skyrim game with no story. Just watching a mammoth fly.
Backwards.
And
upside down.
Upside down, yes.
And his butt's pink for no reason.
Just
like
the
bright
butt.
pink.
Just the butt. The texture didn't quite load.
Yeah. Oh, it's that little box with the, like...
big box.
Yeah, the box with the black and white squares.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or purple squares sometimes, because I don't know why. But yeah, either way.
But yeah, that makes sense for Bethesda to want to do this, but we'll see how it pans out for them. If you're going into a Bethesda game knowing that you want Fallout,
you're gonna
want
Fallout.
You're gonna buy it. You're gonna want to buy Skyrim. You're gonna want to buy any sort of Elder Scrolls kind of game. But it's just there are other smaller games, like if they want to do a follow up to Doom, if they want to do,
like I say, a new IP, they come out with something brand spanking new. You go.
It's like you don't get the game day one. We know that you guys can make games, but we want to inform viewers, not we, but other sites want to.
Hey, we can get review copies of stuff from certain companies.
We can. We've looked into that. But I don't think... Well, one of them's not going to be Bethesda.
Maybe we could be those people. Bethesda.
Call us.
1-800, we don't have a number.
That should be a number. We don't have a
We don't
number.
have one. You can email us. Just type it.
You know where I live.
Yeah, you should know where he lives by now.
Send them everything. So that's Bethesda's little bit. I don't know if it was last week or not. They've got... What's our next little bit here? You can probably speak more to this. I've just been getting into Blizzard stuff.
Yes, you
The
have.
past
So,
year.
I'm going to make sure I get this guy's name. Because he hasn't been around for quite some time.
But if you were on the top of the show.
But either way, Blizzard's co-founder, Alan Adam, has returned to the company after 12 years. So he left 12 years ago.
Why did he leave 12 years ago? That was a long time ago. A lot of things have happened since.
He didn't like where the company was going, essentially.
All right.
And 12 years ago was essentially when they were developing
Everything.
Well, World of Warcraft.
World of Warcraft, their biggest cash cow. Like,
World of Warcraft is what was big.
and now he's come back. It's BlizzCon right now, so there's a lot of information coming out of BlizzCon.
Yeah.
This is one of those things, and he's come out with a statement going like, I never should have left.
So what was his role?
Co-founder.
He
created
literally
the
just
company.
came crawling back.
Okay.
Like he was one of the,
Okay.
one of the people
He
who
wasn't
created
like
Blizzard.
he wasn't.
So he was around
Okay.
for Warcraft 1, StarCraft,
Yeah,
Warcraft
yeah.
2, Warcraft 3. Like he was
Damn.
around for
Well,
all
that's
those.
cool. I mean,
Yeah.
So Chris Metzin's retiring, and he's one of the big cheeses around there. So with him, he's the guy whose story project based on Overwatch and
Yeah, Chris
World of
Cap-
Warcraft, and he's the other one now that's
Yeah.
still there, who's a big ranking guy.
Yeah.
So with this guy coming back into the fold, it's kind of a good thing because you're losing one big head,
maybe there's not enough room for two big heads.
and maybe that's the case too.
like maybe they were button heads or something like that. So.
And everybody's now hoping that we can actually get a real-time strategy Warcraft game again if this guy's coming back.
I would like to have more story in my Overwatch, please. I would like a story mode or a single player mode or
I
something.
think we're giving requests.
Just give me more story mode. I love your animated shorts that you're putting out, but it's
Oh, yeah,
not enough.
those are-
It's not enough. I need to know more.
We'll make sure we send this specifically to Blizzard. Like, send them this video at this timestamp. Blizzard,
RE request for more story in Overwatch.
what we'd like to see from you.
I would like to know more about everything.
And I would, I'd date if we could get Warcraft 4.
Oh my god.
And even
They
just
have-
covering, Warcraft 4, if they covered, because everybody's like, well, how do you do that without canceling World of Warcraft?
You
Because
don't
the story
have-
continues. I'm sitting there going, there's so many blocks missing from World of Warcraft that's
Yeah.
just text-based, like, in between expansions, this happened!
Yeah.
Let us play it.
Yeah.
Or give us an old campaign. Hell, give me Warcraft 1 remastered.
I think the rumor mill's saying StarCraft's. Doing
There's
that.
apparently someone who's coming in to do all of their old games and
Okay.
bring them up to modern standards.
Because
And so they're-
StarCraft 1 and StarCraft 2's graphics would be fine. I'd play the crap out of that.
They are doing a Diablo Easter egg in Diablo 3 though, so that's pretty cool.
Yep.
Have you heard about that?
Well, I heard they're doing the Diablo 3 Necromancer expansion.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that was that. But apparently, what they're doing is they're taking a portion of Diablo 3
Yeah.
and basically recreating a couple portions of Diablo 1 and refiltering it to make it look like Diablo 1. So it's like they're
It's the new cow level.
yeah.
Oh.
So you're gonna get to
yikes.
play a remade cow level in a remade level in Diablo 3.
Oh my god.
Start
Mind
bleeding
brain.
from the nose.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
But yeah, I think this is...
That's a good step for the company.
It's one of those things, so hopefully maybe we can... And honestly, Blizzard's been doing well.
because
Yeah.
their new IP, they haven't really been doing any new IPs since.
Overwatch?
Oh, well, no.
Yeah.
Before Overwatch,
Yeah.
they haven't done anything new. Like Heroes of the Storm doesn't count,
No, because that's all their old IPs.
right?
Hearthstone is
like
Warcraft.
So they haven't really done anything new.
No,
Overwatch
because they've stuck to the same three.
Yeah.
It's been Diablo,
Lost Vikings,
StarCraft, and
please.
Warcraft.
Mm.
Lost
Please.
Vikings are in Heroes of the Storm.
no, they need their own game.
No, they're fine.
No,
They're
they
just-
need. But in terms of new IPs, yeah, Overwatch is their biggest new, and it's so successful.
Oh yeah.
It's blowing Battleborn, it's blowing Paragon, it's blowing
Oh,
all of
yeah.
those
Well,
games out of the water.
Because
let's face it.
they didn't have much of a... They were just waiting to
I
Hey,
played.
honestly-
get dominated.
Honestly, all those three games, in my opinion, kind of came out at the same
They
time.
did because
Yeah.
Battleborn really came out at the same time. Those
Yeah,
were
yeah.
that was
It was
almost
back
day
to
and date.
back.
I think Paragon came out a little
Yeah.
bit earlier.
Yeah.
But they all came out around the same time, and how I saw it was, which one of these 3 games has more character?
And that's
Oh yeah.
when
Like,
you
which
have,
one do I feel?
because let's face it, Battleborn has a story to it.
Yeah.
Yet still not.
Woo!
Randy Pitchford is really, really excited to the fact that Battleborn's got a story and is not going to free to play that you think of.
Well, it pretty much was, because I got it on a Humble Bundle
It's still-
like a week after it came out.
It's going
that's
free
how
to-
poorly it did.
Oh.
Is-
Well, it was on sale like
Well,
multiple
like,
times since.
it came out on
Yeah.
like I'm sitting there going Humble Bundle like Battleborn. I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's the game that came out like 2 weeks ago.
It came out day and date with Overwatch.
So everybody's
Yeah.
playing Overwatch, and I'm like, I really don't want to get into Overwatch. Like, Overwatch is going to cost me like full game price. Like, no, I'm good. I'll get Battleborn because it's on a Humble Bundle. I'm going to
Yeah.
spend $10 and get it with a bunch of other games.
Yeah.
Played it, and I'm like,
There's a reason.
I bet you Blizzard did a better job of
Take a
bought
look at
Overwatch. Like, not
Yes.
even. I just bought it because I'm like, oh man, okay, guess I'll play. Bought Overwatch, and I'm like, yep, better.
10,
No story, better game.
30 times better. And the best part about Overwatch is they do put story into the game.
Yeah.
You just have to fish it out yourself.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
And so I guess that's where a lot of the appeal is a lot of fans like saying, oh, Sombra's going to be coming, but we don't know when, and all this whole ARG hacking the forums and knowing cipher keys. It's like, that's weird that's the story mode, is that the people have to like go out and beyond to find the story.
The other part with it too is Battleborn. From what I played, there's a lot of stuff going on.
It seems like a really
Like you're
Oh,
collecting,
too much
you're collecting
stories?
resources, and you're
Yeah.
doing this, and you're
Yeah.
doing that, and you're like,
Oh,
to
yeah.
get this special up, like destroy a bunch of crates to pick up like this, and like there's health inside this crate and health there, and like
So it's not even just the pick up and go.
no. So like to me, like Overwatch, keep it simple,
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
keep it fun.
Yeah.
Whereas, Battleborn, I was like, okay, so I have to get like the purple gems to do this, and then I'm running around trying to do, and it's all in single player. I didn't even get into multiplayer at that point because I'm like, I don't know.
I
what
feel
I'm
like in the
doing.
time span to get a real game of Battleborn going, I would have been already done 2-3 matches.
You would, and
Oh,
you would
yeah.
have had way more fun.
Yeah.
So either way, it's not good news. It's not bad news. Co-founder,
Hopefully he does some more Overwatch stuff.
and
okay,
hope maybe he will start doing some newer IPs. Like Blizzard's a good company.
Mm-hmm.
Now, not that I want them pumping out games constantly.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
but that's sort of the thing.
Yeah.
Is like we make one new game every 3 decades.
Well, they were starting to do the yearly release of expansions for World of Warcraft,
Yeah.
and they went, oops,
Yeah.
because the last one they came out with before this
Oh,
newer
yeah.
one,
Warlords?
Warlords of Draenor, like all of a sudden they got partway through development, and they're like, guys, we might have screwed up a tiny bit. Because they already started developing Legion, which is what's out now.
Oh yeah.
Well, they were still trying to add updates to that last one, and they're going, we can't do this yearly thing. So essentially, Warlords, we're going to give you like one more update, and we're calling it. And everybody's like, what?
Yeah, they lost a lot of subs. For
They
that.
lost a lot, but then Legion
Yeah.
came out, and everybody's like, you have fixed every problem we possibly had. And they're like, and we're going to, like, you're not getting an expansion next year. Like, we're
Yeah.
going to carry this through for the
That's
next
a good
year.
idea.
Yeah.
We're gonna work on the next expansion, so it's actually something you want to play, and it's like, so I always find Blizzard, they make mistakes, but they learn.
Yeah,
It's like
look,
the real money auction house in Diablo 3.
look at Overwatch. Like that
Yeah.
was supposed to be their next MMO.
Oh yeah.
So that's a huge step up for them. I'm really glad that game got canceled because what came out of it
Yes.
was something 10 times more interesting.
Oh yeah. So we'll see where they're headed now with, and their co-founder. I'm not sure how he's returning, like how high up in the ranks. I'm assuming if he's co-founder, he's up there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he just slips right back in.
And,
It's like,
and
yep.
maybe he's there to deal with Activision and telling them to take a hike. Like,
Yeah.
you have to remember, there's always
Yeah.
that Activision piece to Blizzard Activision.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I always keep forgetting
Yeah.
that when I load Overwatch, and I'm just like, oh, well, I'm just gonna have fun anyway. So
Because Blizzard, I think, has still maintained a large, like,
weird Blizzard.
step back
Yeah.
if you
Oh,
want
yeah.
us to keep making games.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because we can tank everything real quick.
you guys keep the lights on, and we're good.
Auction houses for everyone. Watch the stocks drop.
Auction house and Overwatch.
Sell all of your skins.
your skins and your crates.
I already have a lot of bad skins I don't want anymore. It's also worth mentioning that BlizzCon's this weekend. So, that's where, like you said, a lot of news is coming up.
Yeah.
New Overwatch character, new Diablo stuff.
New StarCraft
New-
co-op character.
I'm pretty sure StarCraft is the only game that didn't get any love this weekend.
StarCraft?
Yeah. Like StarCraft itself,
pretty deprived. As I said, they got
but it's
new
done.
co-op character, but that's
sort of
really
done.
that's announced regularly anyway.
So.
Either way. And maybe they're ramping up for another StarCraft something.
I can believe that. Well, everyone wanted an HD StarCraft, so I'm surprised that never actually.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't even need Warcraft 4. Give me Warcraft 1 with all new mechanics. Keep the story.
Yeah.
And build it in the Warcraft 3 engine, and then dust it up.
Give me something a little prettier than Warcraft 3 at this point.
Well,
you can do better.
You can just use StarCrafts because
pretty much.
Well, they can even pull. They could probably even pull the Heroes of the Storm engine.
Oh yeah, easily.
Like Heroes of the Storm looks good.
Yeah.
I'm assuming Heroes of the Storm is just the StarCraft engine.
Don't tell them that; it makes them money. I guess.
But again, Heroes of the Storm, cheap game.
Oh yeah.
Made cheap, made easy, made fun.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm still paying them, and I don't even play. But I go on there, I'm like, that looks cool, and I buy it, and I'm like, I'm not even playing this game, but you're still sucking money out of me.
I have to play 15 games of Heroes of the Storm.
Is it Heroes of the Storm you gotta play?
Yeah, I gotta play. You gotta play 15 matches of Hero of the Storm with a friend to unlock the Genji skin in Overwatch.
Well, I know what we're streaming.
Just gonna watch us tank every 15 games, all 15 games. We're gonna grief 15 games.
Yeah,
guys.
if you see us online, do not join our team.
I will gladly join your team.
Not that good.
I've played this many games.
I'm gonna be a dwarf.
I don't even know what I can play. I just installed it last night.
I guess you'll find out. Raynor. Can you be Raynor off the bat?
I don't know who you can play.
He's your tutorial guy, but they were weird about it though.
You can switch they rotated. Don't they?
They
rotate it. So if you do the training as Raynor and then come out and realize
you can't actually play as him.
This week he isn't free. I can't actually play as the guy I played in the tutorial.
Because I think Zarya from Overwatch is free right now.
I think you get Tracer for free if you own Overwatch.
Asterisk.
Asterisk.
You need to own the Origin edition.
Oh, you need to have paid for Overwatch.
Yeah, I didn't get that version of Overwatch.
I paid for the normal bare bones one that I don't want Origins for because I don't support cross games that I don't play.
And that's, if you played them, it's no big deal. And that's where I stopped buying all the extra stuff for World of Warcraft. Yeah. Because it's like you get one or two things for the actual World of Warcraft game, and then they're like, unlock this in StarCraft, unlock this over here, unlock this over here, and I'm
it's
like,
worth it.
It's worth it if you played everything.
Sure,
it's also worth noting that if you for the Xbox One and PlayStation 4, that's the only version that you can buy.
Yeah.
You can't buy the core Overwatch edition for like $50. You have to buy that $80 one for content that doesn't exist on that platform.
Oh, no. Yeah, but then you're gonna go buy the other games.
I got
Overwatch.
I won't do that. I got Overwatch for the free trial, but it tricked my account, and I got all the free shit. So I've got my Overwatch card back from Hearthstone. I've got Tracer for.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is a free.
If I could play as Tracer for those entire 15 rounds, I would be okay because I could care less about
15 rounds. Like those matches are 15 minutes each.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Not when we play.
Are you shooting me? Yeah, I'm shooting you.
Unless you lose in the first 5 minutes.
Are you shooting me? I'm shooting you. Done.
After you, everybody. Why aren't they fighting back? After you. Come on through, guys.
Go. You're going to heal the enemy later. I'm going to buff them a little bit.
They come up, there's just the two of us shooting each other with whatever I'm hitting you with a hammer.
Is there an emote button?
I don't know.
There's like a dance or something.
Yeah.
Excellent.
There's just the two of us. Like
that's my move. That's my move in Heroes of the Storm. Dance.
And last today, I guess we'll talk about is Steam versus Windows.
Yes.
With Infinite Warfare.
Right. So this came up. Apparently, people who buy it on Windows 10, the Windows 10
Store,
Windows 10 store, because that's. Let's be honest, that's becoming more and more of a legitimate platform to buy games from.
Really only because you can get your Xbox games on there.
Yeah, that's the only reason, because you can play Gears of War 4, Forza Horizon, whatever number it is now.
Still not Halo.
I can't imagine.
The next one,
I was going to say, I can't imagine the next Halo. But if you buy it on Windows 10, Infinite Warfare, you cannot play cross-platform on the same platform with individuals who buy it on Steam.
So Steam and Windows, even though they're both on PC.
You can't play cross-platform on the same platform.
You can't, yeah.
That's what this boils down to.
You can't play cross-DRM-style shops, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so, what the fuck?
Okay, and let's face it, it's not that big a deal.
No,
because
it really
there's only
isn't.
2 people who bought it on the Windows Store.
If you're fool enough to buy it, it's hard.
But now the 2 people on the Windows Store can't play the 2 people on the Steam
No, they're
Store.
gonna be playing each other. They're gonna be playing each other.
Because if you're going to buy a game on your PC, let's face it, you're either going to Good Old Games or you're going to Steam.
And Good Old Games sells you a Steam key.
And
So it's like,
Yeah.
all right. They may even sell Origin keys for those games.
I don't think they sell Origin keys, but
You don't think so?
no.
No. Well, either way, but that's a weird policy. I don't know where this came from.
Well, if it helps, and I just thought of this, Facebook just released their store for
Games. The game page.
Not just game, but there's a whole, you can download it.
Are we fact checking?
Facebook Games.
We're fact checking. Facebook Games, Facebook.com Games.
I don't know. The guy was talking about it.
I know what you're talking about.
Yep.
That's just. I feel lucky. Game room.
Install now? Yep.
Do it.
Don't do it. So apparently
Okay.
this guy...
Do I?
Apparently a guy, because, it gets announced on Reddit, and this guy's like, yeah, I installed it, and it took forever to install. It somehow logged him into Facebook. Like, this thing was already on his Facebook, and he's like, I don't know how it got my password, because it didn't ask for any permissions.
That's kind of scary.
Sketchy.
And it took him, 2 hours to get it all out of his system, because it added a ton of registry codes and all this other stuff.
Oh, no.
And it's Facebook Games.
No. The sniper.
Just totally is
A nondescript chocobo picture.
It's just far enough away from a chocobo that you won't get in trouble.
Candy Crush. GG. No Pokemon Go, though.
But again, why would you want to play Candy Crush on your computer?
You should have stopped at it. Why would you want to play Candy Crush?
I get the appeal of Candy Crush. I get puzzle games.
I get it.
But it's a mindless thing to play on your tablet on the couch. Not on the...
That's what I mean. You've got your phone. Yeah. You're in bed. You're
There's
sitting
so
there going
many other things to play.
Oh, that's my I own a 3DS. I have.
Well, even just on the phone, there's so many other games you could be playing.
I play almost nothing on my phone.
Yeah, me too.
Everything is on my handheld.
I think I have Adventure Capitalist, but I don't even log in. I log into that every 2 weeks just to watch the numbers rise faster.
Yeah, because you feel like you're rich, right?
Yeah. They make up numbers.
Yeah, it's like, oh, this is my bank now.
Untillion, or Ticadillion, or whatever.
Eventually, you'd reach a goggle, which is just like...
So how many?
We don't have a word for that.
How many years do I have to fast forward on my calendar?
I don't know.
To get that.
But yeah, so there's now the Facebook game room.
But yeah, that's super weird that Steam and the Windows Store version
don't talk.
Yeah, that's just...
Is that Microsoft just being Microsoft, then?
I feel like that's Microsoft being Microsoft.
I feel like... Because Steam doesn't care.
No, Steam could give a shit. I'm going to actually... Steam, Windows, Infinite Warfare.
War free.
Yep, window. Yeah, yep.
Don't play together.
But I don't want to click that link. Maybe don't buy Call of Duty Infinite Warfare from the Windows 10 store. Yeah, no, that's totally it. Yeah, it's so stupid.
Oh, because you're going off of Xbox Live.
Yes.
As opposed to Steam.
So by that logic,
you should be able to play with Xbox One people.
But then on that,
which you would own at, because if you have it on Windows 10.
Yeah. You're that scene, you're Zach Galifianakis in that scene with numbers writing through your head, and then you're like, headshot.
Well, everybody else is why is this guy owning us on everything?
And
no fear.
And to be quite clear, the controls are very clunky on Infinite Warfare. I can't stress this enough. It is very clunky.
But on a PC it would probably...
Less clunky.
Well, because again, I can configure everything.
So
I have that power.
Yeah, so it looks like it's a Xbox Live reason.
Yeah.
That's still not a very good reason.
No. If I can start owning people on Xbox One and feel good about myself in a first-person shooter for once in my life, maybe this is the game for me now.
You really don't want to be spending $80 for that, though.
Oh, $80.
Yeah, right.
That's what makes me so sad about buying games.
No, it's $80 it's $80 real for us.
Well, let's go back to... It's $110 if you want the hostage they've taken.
Well, and that's
we've already beaten that dead horse.
Yeah. Even I was looking at Battlefield Battlefield 1, one of those games, one of them, I don't know what it was, but I'm sitting there going like, oh, well, and if you want the season pass, like this game's almost $200 at this point. I forgot what game it was, and I'm going.
Yeah.
And at this point, with the Nintendo Switch coming out, if I have to pay $80 for that game, I'm more inclined to do it because now it's portable.
Oh yeah. It's kind of 2 games in one then.
Essentially, it's like oh,
it's almost the price of a Switch.
Yeah, like it comes.
It's almost, well, not to say we know the price, but it's gonna come close. That's an expensive season pass.
That's a huge season pass, but at least like if a game itself is $80 on the Switch, I'm going. Right now, I'm looking at it like games come out on the PC, and I'm going $80, and I know the game's gonna last me 4 hours. It's like, ooh, I can't do it.
I mean, I looked at Overwatch when I was buying, and I'm like, $50.
I know
that's not bad, I guess. And
now you've put in so many
I put in
hours of it.
so much hours, and I've actually bought a few crates for the Halloween event specifically. No normal crates because I wanted Halloween.
Well, normal crates you can get whatever.
Yeah, but yeah, like I've gotten my $50 out of it. I feel like, and I'm gonna get even more out of it in the coming years.
Yeah, and that's even like mobile games where, oh man, what was it? Triple Town. Whoever developed that game, you guys were amazing. Because you'd play and it's like, oh, you're out of moves. You can buy more. Or if you spend like $5 or $6 right now, the game's unlocked, you will never have to pay us again.
Those are the best types.
Yeah, those
and I'm
are
like,
awesome.
I've spent 3 days playing this puzzle game. Or I've spent the last 3 hours.
Yeah,
right.
And my phone's almost dead playing your... Have my $6, and now I own this game.
Yeah, those are the best ones where it's like free to start is the
Sure.
is the
and
is
not
the term that
costing
Nintendo.
me $5 every hour to keep going. $6 you've had you.
Because that's a lot of what Nintendo's trying to do with their 3DS stuff and the Wii U stuff. It's free to start games. The Pokemon Rumble World, one of those ones. Yeah, with the little toy Pokemons. Yeah. It's a free to start game, but if you pay them like $15 or $20, you basically get enough like in-game currency to go. Yeah. So. I'm close to it, but I don't think I'll ever drop that because Pokemon Sun and Moon's coming out. I'm not gonna be paying much attention. Next 2 weeks are gonna be really, really hectic.
I got Gilmore Girls to watch.
You got Gilmore Girls
to play.
I kind of want to get Watch Dogs 2. That actually looks really.
Comes out too.
That looks actually really good.
You know what?
With a gun to my head, Watch Dogs 1 was too sour.
Yes, but Watch Dogs 2.
It burned
we'll show you a
See,
we should do let's watch a trailer for him for Watch Dogs 2 because it actually looks really good now.
And here's my thing: Watch Dogs 1, I played on my PC. I actually had a good time with that one.
Mm-hmm. But the issues that plagued Watch Dogs 1, they fixed in Watch Dogs 2.
See,
and a lot of it's like. The game is so drab. It's so dry. There's really nothing to do.
They moved to San Francisco and
it's
everything's
colorful.
brightly colored.
There's like,
I've seen the trailer parkour in it.
Oh no! Though that's nothing compared to what's actually in the game.
Huh.
It's really, really good. And honestly, it's probably going to be the first like $80 game that I'll actually purchase, whether it's from Steam or PS4.
Huh. It won't be on Steam. It'll be on.
Oh right, it's Ubisoft, right? So
right,
Uplay.
Uplay.
No, you can buy it on Steam, but you just have to go Uplay. They work with.
Oh, do they now?
Yeah,
yeah. That's nice.
Yeah, Ubisoft and Steam work very well together.
Good.
So and same thing with Square Enix.
I knew Square does.
So that's a little bit divergent there.
That's
what we were talking
Hey,
about.
if you want to see us babble some more,
hey, yeah,
check us out on the post-credit show.
We're up there,
which is coming up live next.
Yes. But in the meantime, thanks for joining us for our newscast. My name was Tony.
I'm Nick.
Graham.
just says his name. Just says his name.
If you like what you saw, like, subscribe, tell all your friends about us.
We're on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter,
Google Plus.
Yeah, sure.
Not
sure.
Snapchat. We don't chat the snaps.
Or Vine. we can't Vine. Is Vine officially dead yet?
Yeah, it's dead, I think.
Oh darn. We should do some Periscope stuff.
We're also not on Show Me because it's also dead.
Sorry.
For Canadians.
Extra news. It's
dead.
It's over. It's gone.
It's gone.
It's gone.
They died. Either who. With that, we also have a website, which is
barrelrollnews.com.
And we have a Patreon. If you want to send us some money so we can do dumb things, because all the money we get goes right back into entertaining you guys. And our Patreon is
patreon.com/PRN.
PRNN.
Oh, that's going to be a weird Patreon. BRRNNNN.
Patreon.com/BRNN, because pronunciation is important.
Yes.
With that, everybody.
Go to school, kids.
Thanks for joining us this evening, morning, day, or night, wherever you are. We'll see you later.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.